Well, good afternoon, everybody. Linda Ray, Texas Girls Farm. It kind of warmed up a little bit, and wanted to come out here and show y'all a little more of the property that we haven't shown in a video before. I'm standing by the creek bed that is down from way down the other side. That is where the fence is, and we're a good ways away from it. That's the group of hollies that in that one video that Brooke and I came out in, and there's a bunch of dead trees in there. One's actually fallen and got itself pivoted up on, let me see if I can do it, that tree right back there. So Maggie was here with us, but she ran off. So I was telling you about some of the dead trees, and as you can see, there's a big one. Actually, there's two big ones right there. That one, I do believe the top that's laying down over there is the other half of the shorter one. But yeah, that's got to come down. I just thought we'd come down here and show you and see how grown over this is on the other side of the creek. Now, on the other side, it does open up, as you can see, Junior through the woods. But there, right along the creek side is where all these vines and stuff, and it's not so thick. Junior, come on. And we'll go down that fence line on another day. But I thought I'd just come and show y'all all these vines growing back. And all that right there is cow vines. So I know I need to get some goats. Another dead tree that's going to need to come down. And some of them, I mean, are just huge right along this creek bed. And I think there's only water that comes in here when Brian's pond, that's the neighbor across the road, gets overflowed and it comes down. I think at one time it used to possibly hold some water, but that fence right there is not the property line. We could never understand it when we first came down here and we saw two fences. The fence line is back there. I don't know if you can see through there, and let me see if I can get over there and see the T-post. But this is just a little fence put up, and it doesn't even run the whole property, but that little fence line that fence needs to come down. It's only got two strands of barbed wire. Some places it only got one, but this is where I was talking about in here, where there's all kind of dead trees, and as you can see, limbs falling. We came down here the other day, and as you can see, it used to go right here over the creek. Now, Junior and I, and Maggie, we came down, and we were right here the other day, and walked the fence line. Let me see if I can get over this. The top one's tight, so let's go down and hopefully we don't get hung up. Oh, God. Okay, cool. So there were some vines in here and I pulled, but we just kind of walked down through here because I wanted to see how much clearing and stuff. And there's the fence line. That's not exactly the property line. The property line does go back over that way some, but we'll walk down here because that little fence runs almost the length of this side over here, and it's got to be taken up. And then this fence line goes straight up that way, and we showed you the corner post in one other video, but it goes straight up that way for a while in that back part. The one video that Brooke and I were exploring the property. But we'll just walk through and I'll show y'all the other work that we have ahead of us and what we had planned to start working on this last weekend when we got cleaning up other stuff. But this isn't even bad compared to what the guy that I hired to come and mulch did. I mean, the stuff that used to be over there that's clear now, you couldn't even walk through. But I just want to walk this fence line and show y'all all the stuff that we're going to have to do to clean it up. There's some of those vines. They just twist all over the trees and they kill them. Matter of fact, that tree right there looks pretty dead to me. So we're just going to walk this side of the fence line, and it's not even, we still got the back corner. But as you can see, we've got all these little trees, all these little ornamental decorative little hollies, and I can't remember the name, but you almost can't kill them. So when I do get something built, I will be digging some of those up and using them for landscaping. This part of the fencing through here, pretty clear, as you can see, and kind of drops down. Another dead tree. It drops down to where the water comes in, because there's another little creek that used to flow that direction. It's down there by that big brush pile that we're going to burn. And as you can see, the two strands of fence right here, it looks like they're broke. There's a piece of it. There's both pieces right there. So yeah, it's going to have to be all these T-posts taken up, which yeah, kind of need a tractor. And as you can see through there, all the limbs and stuff down. I kind of wanted to walk through to see, you know, what was dead, how much cleaning on this fence I was going to have to do. This fence is in pretty good shape. There is some limbs and stuff on it, like that's not bad, but the problem with this fence is all up here, and hopefully I don't get caught up. And this is actually, I guess their garbage used to come down through here too, because there's a headlight. But this, all of this up to, and that's the property line up there, or where the corner post is, not necessarily the property line. I think it goes over just a little bit. But this was what Brooke and I wanted us to come and work on. I had tossed some of these branches and stuff over when I walked down here the other day. We were way up there cleaning what I put in that one video. But as you can see, it's going to have to be cut, all this stuff way back, because the bottom of the fence is buried like that one was. But there's a lot of growth, and you can see the corner post up there. But all this stuff needs to be all cut off. Fence looks in, I mean, the wire and stuff looks in pretty good shape. It's just getting everything cut off of the fence and clearing it so we can straighten it back up. And as you can see right there is the post for this other little silly fence for whatever reason. And look at the way that tree has grown. I mean, just almost laid all the way over. So we'll keep on walking. Let me get through all these vines so I don't get all hooked up. But this is what I wanted me and Brooke to do the other day when we started our way down here, and it didn't get too far. I mean, there's vines. I'm trying not to get hung up on them and walk over them, but there's so many of them, it's kind of hard to do. And right here is the ending of that fence. I don't know if the wire used to be taken over there to the corner post, but Junior's right there on the road. There's the property stakes there. Everything's marked orange, and it kind of fades off the fence line back that way a little bit. So the fence is not exactly on the property line. But I'm going to clean up all this stuff, but that's going to be massive. I may, once I sell the house, get my little guy that came and mulched the other land to come in and take some of this. This is the way that I walked the other day, and as you can see, I took some of the vines out of these little trees. I mean, they were just killing them. Those are some vines I pulled out the other day, and I'll show you some of the big vines like I was showing in the video. Look at that massive system of vines. Is that not crazy? That's just, I mean, and they go and go and go. You know, big, thick grapevines. So I'm going to kind of head back this direction, because this is the direction Brooke and I were. All hollies in through here. Let's see if we can walk through here without falling in a hole. There's another tree down, but we could probably manage to get around that. Just trying to be careful, because the wind is blowing a little bit, but all those hollies and all the vines growing up in there. And I'll show you where Brooke and I were doing the work the other day. Between the deers and the dogs. Oh, Ginger's. I was like, what am I hitting? He's right behind me. Such a good dog. Especially when I'm out in the woods. He stays right with me. So this is coming up to where Brooke and I were working on. There's some more trees down. I mean, it's just hollies everywhere, thick. But this is where Brooke and I stopped working the other day in the other video. So you can see that's that big vine that I showed y'all. We cleared up those trees and cleared up that and cleared up through there. But just opening it up, trying to get some of these vines off these trees. And that section over there, it's got honeysuckle and everything in it, and all those little trees. You know, you don't need all those trees. That's where we cleaned, and then straight back up to the trailer. But all in through here needs to be cleaned out. Vines with leaves all over them, and the leaves have failed. They have failed today. I mean, it's pretty at times because there were so many coming down. It looked like it was raining gold and silver. That little video I put out with they were all folded. Yeah, and up there is where I cleaned yesterday. And if you go back and compare the videos to how much more opened up it is, it's, I mean, just doing, yeah, I cut some trees down, but just doing a little bit of work. All of our brush piles that got bigger, just opened things up a lot. And the one part I didn't show y'all, that I cut the video off short, was, let me see if I can get up here, was right over there where those cedars are. And after I ended the video, I came back and cut down a lot more. Cleaned up all through here yesterday, and that was the dogwood. That part's dead. This one right here, I pointed at, is dead, but this is still alive. But just opened it up, so now when you're up there, you can look this way and see all down through here too. So plus I opened it up so I can get my sister down here with the tractor. A lot of this brush, that my brush piles, can just be pushed down there to that big mess right there where the big burn pile is, and make it a whole lot easier to burn. But yeah, there was a lot of vines. I still didn't get all this. That's some of those American Beauty berries. And I usually have just been trimming them back, but yeah, I opened all this up. There's another brush pile there. Bunch of brush that I took out of here, down there. And then back over here where the big brush pile is. The dogs were in there. They've actually got a trail I saw earlier. I got them a little trail over here to go in there because Junior was in there earlier. It's right down here. And it's funny because in this area right here, there's a little trail. See how it's opened up in there? And there's that big old tree, if you can see it in there. Big old pile of stuff. And the dogs go in through there. But there's brush all down through here. But what I was telling y'all, right down here, because this is where I'd like to maybe have a small pond. And the reason for it, remember I told y'all, this is the path where a little creek used to run down through here. And this, we followed the creek before anything was cut down, and we found this area, which the little creek comes right down through here, but right over there is a big old hole. So I'm thinking, since we already have the start of a big old hole, that might be a good place to put a pond. I don't know. Not a big pond. I don't want a big pond. But, you know, maybe take out a few of these trees and maybe just a circle right through here. It doesn't have to be a big pond, just a watering hole. So for livestock, when you have them, because the waters runs down from that way, if y'all remember, and this would be perfect if there was a pond, because all that water comes down this way. So just wasn't really intending in making a video when I came out there. There's my buddy. I don't know where Maggie's at. I know she's close, but I wasn't intending to make a video. But we got to walking. I was like, well, might as well turn on and show them some of the other. That's where we were, the hollies, where there's some dead trees over there, and the sun is kind of shining and making it a little dark. But yeah, and back over there is the corner of the fence, and that other creek's running, and that's where we walked up over that way, and we followed it all the way. So the only part we haven't explored of the property now would be from the other side of the creek up to that corner of the fence, which there's not that much. And we've went to the back of the fence and showed y'all down, but once all these leaves and stuff get off these trees, we'll go back up to the back of the fence and let y'all see that y'all can see all the way back over to the building, because it is a hill up there. So anyway, just wanted to, since I was walking, make a little video and take y'all along with me. It's one of the things that I enjoy doing, is getting out here and just walking and looking at all what needs to be done. I mean, if y'all could have seen this, I mean, from where that cedar is, now we had cleared up by hand where the tent and stuff is, and then my sister got this area right here with the tractor. But if y'all had seen this area right here, I mean, really seen it, you can't get through it on foot. I mean, it was so thick that yeah, the briars and the vines, they stopped you. Even it was a good hiding place for the deer. But you can see if you look on the ground how the water, it comes down from up here, runs, and starts diverting over that way. But I mean, it's so nice that you can actually see what you got, because you couldn't see what you got at all. You'd have to go to, I think Vicky's got a sign up there posted up there, and we'd have to come down and cut back across and come back out over here because we couldn't get through any of this. It was so thick. But it's a beautiful day. It's warmed up. I think it's in the 60s. It's actually, I've got a long sleeve shirt on and I'm actually warm. But hopefully this next weekend I'll get the fruit trees planted. And that pile, Brooke has added vines to it and tree limbs, it appears. We got so many piles that need to be burned. She was saying, yeah, I'm ready for it to get cold and do a bonfire. I said, well, we got plenty of piles to do a bonfire. And you can see from down here the elevation change, how they built that up there. But yeah, it's turned into a beautiful, beautiful day. And I hope y'all enjoyed y'all's. I've enjoyed mine, and I mean, nothing beats just taking a little leisurely stroll across the land and checking everything out. Well, if y'all like the content, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to come subscribe and hit the notification bell, so every time we upload a video, you'll be notified. And as you can see, a bunch of my grass seed has washed down this way. There's Blessing. That's where I'm going to put my fruit trees, in there. And we opened up the garden this end the other day. Still have all my fencing around it. At some point I'll take it down because we're going to cut some trees over there. But oh, this part has fell down. It's just wrapped around the tree, no biggie. But we opened up the gate and hooked it over there on that tree, and then I took that and hooked that to get the dogs start slowing down. Compost pile, second compost pile. All right, y'all have a good one. Enjoyed walking and talking with you.